Hi, it's Leanne Spencer. Hope you're doing well. Can you tell me what this is? If you're shouting Wilson at me, of course you'd be correct. Wilson was the made-up character that Tom Hanks talked to and derived hope, companionship and friendship from in the film Castaway. So we know from his experience that we don't do very well without human connection, without community, without social relationships. These things absolutely matter. Now, as you'll know if you've been following this series, I've been developing my ideas around personal sustainability. Part of, if you like, the broader ESG movement and thinking about sustainability in a more macro global way. But I don't believe that we're going to be able to tackle the world's big problems around sustainability if we don't have personal sustainability, if we don't have the energy, vitality and motivation to tackle those issues. It's important that we're well and connected and have good values if we're going to deal with those challenges. And one of the things that I think keeps us well and that we will need to harness when we look at these issues is community. Now, I want to just talk very briefly about a Japanese community in Okinawa, in fact. And there are groups of people there that have now been labelled the blue zones because they have the highest proportion of centenarians. So the most people live to 100 in these areas, but they're also in a healthy state. So they haven't crawled for the last 20 years. They are still healthy and vibrant around the age of 100. And one of the things that researchers have found that these people do, specifically in Okinawa, is they have a strong sense of community. That actually is what a lot of the blue zones have in common. But in this particular region, they have something called a moai, M-O-A-I, moai. And a moai is a group of about 5 people. It's typically established when they're very young in age. So they all grow up in the same community, but it can be established in older age as well. And within that moai, they meet up in an evening, they will laugh, exchange gossip, but also support each other emotionally, mentally, sometimes physically. Sometimes they'll raise money to help someone out with something, but it's more about the emotional support, the community, the connectivity. And I think that's very important for personal sustainability. So my question to you is, who's in your moai? It might just be one person, it could be many, but it's really important to have that community. And who's in your moai? And if you don't think that you have a moai as such, who could you perhaps recruit into one? You know, and often the people that are going to offer you that connectivity, that real emotional support could be right underneath your nose if you know where to look for them. Maybe it's an old friend you just haven't connected with for a while. So who's in your moai? Next week, I'll talk to you about the final bit in our series, which is energy. But for now, all the very best.